is Veterans Day, so I thought we'd take a look at some stories from real life veterans. This is from Story Corps once again. I did a reaction video to their 9/11 videos, and they were very touching, very moving. And so I'm expecting the same because obviously, when you're a war vet, you don't. The majority, I would say, probably of your stories are bad. And yeah, so just to get a perspective of what these people sacrifice for us to have the freedoms that we have today in America, whether you be advocate for freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, the right to vote, the right to protest, the right to record. I have no problem with any of those, but I'm just really happy that there were men and women out there who fought for our country in order for us to have those freedoms. And I'm very grateful, and basically they're all heroes. They're all heroes. And we're going to hear, again, this is from StoryCorp. I like their animation style, and I like everything how they edit the videos and such for the animation. And these are stories from veterans. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get somewhat of an insight of what it's like being a war vet or a veteran. These guys do sacrifice a lot, though. In August 2005, Lance Corporal Travis Williams and his squad were sent on a rescue mission in Brawha, Iraq. That'll go rescue somebody. Of his entire 12-person team, only Travis made it. Oh, man. So I'm sitting, there's 12 of them, and only Travis made it out alive. What happened? Man, that's terrible to hear, man. Wow, all those people lost in that rescue mission. But Travis did make it out alive. Let's hear how Travis made it out alive. I'm curious now. Man, that's crazy, though. That's crazy.
That morning, we loaded into the vehicle, and I get tapped on the shoulder, and I got told that I need to bounce up to the next vehicle. I said,
"Oh, is that how he got saved? Because he had to transfer to the other vehicle because the other one was full?"
"Catch you guys on the flip side," and that was the last thing I ever said to him. Next thing I know, I just hear the...
So what happened to him? Did they get hit with a missile or something? That's what I'm assuming. In order to kill all of them in that truck, but there was not enough room in the other truck, so they told him to go to another one, and that's what saved his life.
Loudest explosion, and I see that's my squad's vehicle that got hit. The bomb flipped it upside down and ripped it completely in half, and everything inside...
Oh no, man. That's so bad. That's so terrible. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say.
Of it was just parts. And we got to wait for the chopper to come recover them. So the guys from the rest of our...
Man, no. I wonder if he's dealing with some survival guilt. I know that's one thing that's a lot of veterans and war people who are currently in the military have to deal with is survivor's guilt. But man, it wasn't I don't know, man. It's just really tough situation.
Platoon had to go out there with blankets and cover up these body parts so dogs don't come and grab my friend's arm and have a meal.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
When I got back into our room for the first time, it was just a mess.
Oh man, it's just like how they left it before they left. Imagine going back to your bunker and none of all your friends are gone that you spent days with, weeks with, months with, years with. They're just not there anymore. After being around that group of guys for that long, and you just realize they're gone, man. I bet you that this is probably the moment where it hit them like a ton of bricks. Oh man, so sad.
You know, we had to spend the next couple days just packing all this shit up and mailing it home to their families.
Yeah, their families got to be, man. I mean, man, this is a tough video already.
Mailing their letters that they hadn't mailed and cleaning up the dishes that they hadn't cleaned up, and there's dirty laundry.
Oh man, this is the type of stuff, guys, I've been saying that these war vets have been gone through, man. Really just tough circumstances. I mean, just losing your whole platoon and oh man. Poor guy, man. I wish I could give this dude a hug.
It was all I had left of my friends. And I knew when I got home that I would meet these guys' parents.
Also, went and see, look, he even, after he got home, he even went to go see their parents, their girlfriends. He went to go see their family, man. Wow, you can tell he cared so much by doing that. And that was such a good, honorable thing that he did by go visiting their parents and their girlfriends. You know, he's grieving along just with them. And yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good to grieve on your own, but sometimes, you know, it's good to grieve with other people because it really brings you that closure and that comfort, you know, that you'll need at the time like these. So yeah, I bet you when he went to go visit them, they were all crying together, rightfully so, man. This is just such a tragedy.
Parents, their girlfriends, and their brothers and sisters, and it's hard because I feel guilty for being the one guy left.
Yeah, so he does have survivor's guilt, man. He has nothing to feel guilty for, man. It was just a terrible circumstance. There's nothing. If it wasn't going to be you, it was going to be somebody that wasn't going to be able to fit in that truck. You know, it's just a circumstance. I get why he feels. Well, I don't get, because personally I never had that experience, but I mean, I understand why he feels that way. Like, he shouldn't be. Why was he the one guy left? And I mean, yeah, he just feels guilty about it. You know, he probably feels like he should have died with his brothers that day. But man, I mean, there's nothing you could have done, man. I mean, it's not your fault. You know, it's the people who did it's fault. This guy has nothing to feel bad for. Nothing to feel. He shouldn't have no regrets. I mean, I'm sure his platoon known that they loved him and they got his back and he had their back and they all loved each other and were friends, obviously. And yeah, he's just, man, I know this guy's just going through it.
But I also feel a responsibility.
Yeah. Oh, is that the real photo? That must be the real photo right there. But I also feel responsibility. Yeah, he's gonna feel that responsibility, but literally there's nothing. I mean, if it wasn't him who was fitting in that truck, it was gonna be somebody else, man. And he don't. I mean, man, I don't even know how to put this into words, but it's not this guy's fault that happened.
I better make sure that everybody knows who these guys were.
Yeah. Don't let their memory fade away. You know, get the message out who these guys were. They sound like a bunch of badasses. If you ask me, and in the picture they look like badasses. So they look like a couple cool dudes that looked like it was cool to be around. You know, and yeah, he's not gonna let their memory die. You know, he's gonna. Yeah, that's you do. You carry on that person's memory. You know, don't let that person, you carry them in your heart and you remember the memories and you just carry those good times, you know. And, you know, whenever you're feeling sad, you just think of a good time where you guys were just laughing, even if it was you guys just cracking jokes at each other and you both were laughing, have a good time. Then remember that memory because that memory is a good memory. and maybe it'll make you feel better, man. But yeah, but what he's doing right now is carrying their name and putting their name out there, and that's good for him. Good for him for doing that.
These guys did. And, you know, I am most proud of not blowing
Oh man, so he was gonna take it there.
my head off by now. It's just a whole lot easier if you're dead. But that shouldn't
No,
be.
man, it's not that much easier if you're dead, man. But I'm glad he didn't do that. I know it's got to be hard, man, but you got to live for your friends, right? You got to live for them because they didn't get that chance. They fought for you so you could make it home, just like you fought for them so they could make it home. Unfortunately, you know, things happened and they weren't able to come back home, but I don't think his friends would want him to do that to himself, and then there'll be another family devastated by loss. So I'm glad he didn't do that, and I sincerely believe that his platoon would want him to not do that and carry on through life, and do the things that unfortunately they weren't able to do. They can kind of do it through you, so to speak. Being there for your loved ones, having a barbecue, watching the football game, having Thanksgiving, which is coming up soon. And yeah, man. So I'm glad he didn't take those type of measures. It's not a whole lot easier. I feel like if he would did that, it would have made things like worse for your family too, and just yeah. And then there would be no guys to talk about those guys either. So, and he said he also wanted to do that, so that's another reason to not do it. And thankfully, he didn't do it. He made the right call.
Be your tribute to your dead friends. When
Yeah,
they're looking down
what he said.
on you, they don't want you to be living in the moment.
No, man, they don't. They want you to be living life. That's yeah,
They killed them. You made it. You got home.
yeah.
You should honor their memory by living.
That right there in a nutshell. You should honor their memory by living the life that they unfortunately can't live. Like I said, yep.
The
He
life
understands that, so he's making progress, right? I believe in this guy. The pain's always going to be there, and the memories will always be there, and the memory will always be there. But this guy's making steps toward the right steps. He gets it on why he needs to not do what he was about to do.
They didn't get to live.
Man, that's so sad, man.
Squad leader.
Oh no! So these are the squad leaders right here. I don't know. He's calling out names, but man, all those great dudes, man. Yeah, they all look like fit.
Justin Hoffman.
Oh, okay. So they're lighting up each one every time he says the name. So that was Justin right there. All these guys look like badasses.
Team leader David Kruder.
That's
Team
the
leader
Oh, so this was the team leader right here.
Brett Whiteman. Team leader Aaron Reed. Lance Corporal Eric Bernholtz. Lance Corporal Michael Cifuentes.
Man, it's so sad that all these guys lost their lives off of just one bomb. That is crazy. That just shows you, man, what this. I mean, these are the people putting their lives on the line to protect you and me from any. Man, they just. Man, this is sad.
Lance Corporal Edward August Schroeder. Lance Corporal Timothy Bell. Lance Corporal Grant Frazier. Lance Corporal Nicholas Bloom.
Oh, man.
Lance Corporal Christopher Dyer.
Alright, guys, that was the first squad, third platoon. That was really sad, man. Yeah, that was really sad. Honestly, just terrible. That was a good story, though. I'm gonna see if they got any more. Um, Here, just let me go back to this screen, I guess, and just exit out, and that'll just be the end. I was gonna do another one, but I don't know. Um, I don't know, man. That one just hit hard in the heart, and I think after watching that one, honestly, I get a little glance into what these men and women go through to fight for our country and everything that they just do for it. And it just breaks my heart that all those guys lost their lives and all those families lost their lives. And yeah, just a little insight of what veterans go through and all that for us. And it is Veterinarians Day, so again, I just want to give a big, huge thank you to all the members who are currently serving in the military and who have served in the military. Thank you guys so much for your sacrifice and for everything that you do. You are not forgotten. You guys are the real heroes. And thank you so much for your service. It really does mean a lot as a free American. Yeah, it's because you guys get to argue with the other side and about politics, but and girls, and yeah. So I would say Happy Veterans Day, but I don't know if like how happy it is for like veterans. That probably I don't know. I don't even want to get into the controversy of whether or not vets think today's a good day, a way to honor those veterans. I don't know. I know there's some veterans that disagree about this day, but I'm not going to get into it. But regardless, it is a day to reflect on the freedoms that we have and the sacrifices that these people have made for us and the rights that we get to keep because they made those sacrifices. And so it was just a little insight that was from StoryCorp. Yeah, and I think I'll just end it there, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.